So if you guys are unaware, Battlefield 6 has been suffering a bunch of leaks lately, and some of them honestly look pretty good. For the most part, it seems like they're having a, and don't quote me, return to form for Battlefield. But regardless of that being the case, apparently Battlefield 6 has suffered another massive leak, and now data miners have found out that apparently the game is going to have a free-to-play Battle Royale game mode. That is very interesting to me, and I want to talk about it. So let's get into this article, guys, from Insider Gaming. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, here's the thing. It's interesting to me that they're going to supposedly, anyway, again, this is all a rumor, take it with a grain of salt, but supposedly they're going to have a free-to-play Battle Royale mode. I don't know how I feel about this. The reason why is because Battlefield has inherently always been a team game, right? It's been that game that is more team focused than Call of Duty, for example. Call of Duty has been more of a Twitch shooter, more of something where it's about the singular player and about their kill streaks and all that nonsense, whereas Battlefield has always been team gameplay for the most part and trying to complete an objective together. I don't understand how a Battle Royale mode is going to come from this unless they try to make it where it's a bunch of teams. I can see maybe if it's teams of 4 or teams of 6, they get dropped into the zone and then they have to battle it out or something along those lines. But if it's going to be a single player battle royale or even have a single option for a battle royale, I just think it's going to be a little bit odd. But let's continue. Let's read on and see what's going on here. So new leaks have revealed that Battlefield 6 will indeed have a free-to-play Battle Royale coming to the game. The information originates from several different data miners who have been able to data mine Battlefield 6, having gained access to the files via Battlefield Labs. Last week, over 20 concept art images of Battlefield 6 leaked because of data miners. Now, I went over the leaks, but I didn't show the pictures. The reason why I didn't show the pictures is because EA has been copyright striking like crazy. The last thing I want is to be copyright striked for this stupid shit. So I'm just going to talk about it, but I'm not going to be able to show any pictures. If you guys want to see pictures, they are readily available online, and I always link the article in the description box below. I started doing that now for all my videos, so if you want to go to this article and see the pictures, you're more than welcome to. It says, allegedly, the data mines revealed that Battle Royale game mode will be coming to Battlefield 6, which was previously exclusively reported by Insider Gaming. According to the data miners, the game mode, which Insider Gaming understands to be in development by Ripple Effect, will have a lot of traditional features that you'd come to expect from a Battle Royale. Such features include solo, duo, trio, and squad matches, an armor system, call-ins, loot rarity, update kits, and weapons in a shrinking zone. So basically, this is their way of competing against Warzone. That's basically it. Like, they're trying to find a way to compete against Call of Duty's Warzone, and they're doing nothing different. It's going to be the same shit, just essentially in Battlefield's, engine. But I just, again, Battlefield is a team-focused game, in my opinion. It's always been that way. For them to suddenly switch this around and offer you a solo, a duo, and even a trio mode, I just feel like it's very odd, right? That goes inherently against what Battlefield is as a video game and what separates it from Call of Duty. Not that it can't have a Battle Royale mode. I'm just saying it's antithetical to what Battlefield actually is as a franchise. You're essentially turning it into what Call of Duty is for the most part. As long as the main gameplay stays the same, I guess it'll be fine, especially since this is free to play and you won't have to spend any more money in order to gain access to it. But I just feel like most people, as long as the gameplay stays the same for Battlefield, they're probably just going to end up playing that. I'm not really into Battle Royales. I tried them when they were hot initially, but I kind of left them in the dust because honestly, it's just the same shit over and over and over again, and I just really don't care that much about it. Also mentioned was a free-to-play component, which is understood to be the core Battle Royale experience. Gauntlet, another mode that Insider Gaming reported on in the past, was also mentioned and referred to in some of the game files. As for if a Battlefield Battle Royale experience for Battlefield 6 can be a success or not is unclear, but this time around, DICE and EA seem to be doing the right thing by at least making the experience free to play. I don't know if it's going to be a success, to be honest with you. I imagine that it's probably going to have decent numbers at the start because it's brand new, never seen before in a Battlefield game. So I'm sure people are going to be curious, especially being free to play. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people checking it out. But in terms of longevity and sustainability, I just don't see how a Battle Royale for Battlefield is going to offer that for players. I really think that people people rather play the mainline experience and enjoy a team-based army game versus something that you could get in Call of Duty, but faster, right? In Call of Duty, the gameplay is a lot quicker. It's more Twitch gameplay, whereas Battlefield is more strategic and team-oriented and a little bit slower, just a little bit. So overall, I just feel like it's not really made for it, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it will be successful. Who really knows? But I just don't see how that would be. It says it is believed that such a decision was made by Byron Bede, the new general manager of the franchise, and who had been previously leading live service for Call of Duty. Well, that would explain it. That would explain it. If the guy who was in charge of live service for Call of Duty is now in charge of Battlefield 6, I think it's safe to say where the inspiration came from. It seems like this time around, Battlefield wants to follow a similar to model of Call of Duty and Warzone, where the free-to-play experience brings in players with the hopes that some cross-progression and customization can eventually convert players into premium purchases of the full game with its campaign and multiplayer. Let's be real. I think that it's more so not about them buying the game. It's more so about them buying the microtransactions. Let's be real. I know they're going to try to make it seem like, yeah, we're just hoping to get people to want to buy the main game by offering this game mode for free. Shut the fuck up, bro. You're not fooling anybody. You guys want to sell in-game microtransactions. You want to sell skins. You want to sell operators. You want to sell all that stuff. And that's what you're going to hope to do by luring people in with a free-to-play model and getting them to play the Battle Royale only so they could buy stuff in the shop. That's it. You don't really care about them buying the game or not. You just want them to buy the stuff because the stuff was cheaper to develop and the stuff will make you more money at the end of the day, more profit. So I can't believe they really said that. That's hilarious. But at the end of the day, guys, again, just to kind of round it out, Battlefield 6 is a game. Battlefield in general, I enjoy more Battlefield than Call of Duty. That's me personally. I've always enjoyed Battlefield because of the scale of the combat. The combat is very impressive, especially when it gets to the massive scale that it's capable of getting to. Then it really becomes something where it's like, wow, you really feel like you're in a war. I'm not going to say it's a simulator necessarily, but I am going to say that they are massive wars and they're a lot of fun with the vehicular combat and the ground combat and the different kind of classes and whatnot. All of it comes together very well to give you a nice, solid team-based experience. But this Battle Royale mode is something that's probably going to turn me off completely from wanting to even go anywhere near that mode. I think I will stay gladly to the multiplayer gameplay. I'd rather do that because that is what Battlefield is for. I'm not trying to play Warzone. I'm not trying to play Call of Duty Temu version. I'm not trying to play any of that. I'm trying to play the multiplayer. But what I will say also really quick is that I'm a little bit worried of the influence that this guy may have. The person, Byron Bede, who apparently was the previously on Call of Duty, I feel like if they're doing a free-to-play game, and it's a Battle Royale experience, and this man is at the helm, I wonder what could he have possibly done with the multiplayer experience? Is he also at the helm of that as well, or is he not? Because, again, this guy is the new general manager of the franchise. So I'm worried, is he involved with the multiplayer, the standard multiplayer, and not just the Battle Royale? And if he is, what decisions has he made or advocated for that may turn off gamers as a whole in that particular multiplayer experience as well? So there's a lot to unpack here with Battlefield. If you're a Battlefield fan, you can let me know in the comments down below. As a fan myself, I'm interested, I'm curious in the game, but this game mode, yeah, I really don't care about it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.